It says we're live. It's always hard to tell when it actually goes live. My name's Craig-H-Bradley. Welcome to the God Awful News. Because if you think the news is bad today, just wait. Tomorrow's going to be worse. That's what Donald Trump has promised he'll give us, and he will deliver. So much bad news happened since yesterday, and yes, it's worse than yesterday. And so let's get into it. First of all, on a side, kind of funny note, sometimes I watch my own videos, because you can do that. And when I do, right, of course, unlike any other time I'm on YouTube, I don't want to stop those advertisements. I want to let those advertisements play, right? Because those are partly for me. I might make a penny or 2 pennies, maybe 3 pennies from an advertisement. So, but it's funny. So one of my videos has the picture of a sticker that says, "God hates Republicans." And whenever I play that video, I get David Jeremiah, a mega church preacher. I imagine that happens to other people. You play the video that has a sign that says "God hates Republicans," and the advertisement is from a preacher. It's so great. Someone who is, what a great con. If I had no scruples, man, I would fully be freaking selling people on the idea of giving me 10% of their income so I can promise them something in the afterlife. I mean, that is just the ultimate con. And then if you're a pedophile, which you have to be a con man, you have to con people in order to get access to kids. I mean, what a twofer, what a twofer. All right. So overnight there was another bombing campaign, as there is every night in Gaza. Netanyahu and his thuggish military murdered 50 people overnight, injured another 200, bombing whatever buildings are left. But that's not in the news. Every single day, this last week, every single day, 50 people were murdered almost every day in Gaza, and 100, 200 people were injured this whole week. From the day that there was supposedly going to be a ceasefire. So there is a genocide. It is ethnic cleansing in Ukraine, in Gaza, soon to be in Taiwan. And we're doing it right now in the United States, and that is some scary shit. Since the conflict began in Gaza, 210 journalists have been murdered, in addition to ambulance drivers and doctors, and it's just it's amazing. And it's important to talk about this because the people who are more vulnerable than me, who've talked about it, just talked about it, are getting deported because of it. They're being told they're supporters of Hamas, supporters of terrorism. The only people that support terrorism are the white supremacists, the white inferiorists, who are promoting white militias to do terror in our country. All right. Well, so far I have 0 watchers, so we're getting off to a good start. It's worth noting that I should probably decide on a specific time every day and try to get dialed in at a specific time every day to do this. That'd be both good for me, good for you. It'd be good for me to implement some kind of system. But this is episode number 27, and in their totality, they are all of the news. Okay, so let's get into more news. Also, in addition to attacking Gaza overnight, Israel attacked Lebanon overnight as well. Let's see, and all across Israel, Israelis protest. 85% of the population, like in the United States of America, don't like their leader, who is a criminal, like in the United States of America. And so it's just sad to see their will being subjugated by a terrible leader, just like the will of the American people right now. God knows where we're headed, and hopefully it's not in as awful a direction as Israel has been in. Chicago teachers. It's such a great moment to see them rise up when fascist pigs are trying to step on education as much as they can, trying to destroy history and science and anything that would be a reference against their religious freak ideology that lacks common sense, critical thinking, anything that's rational. It's just a criminal organization, bunch of people worshiping the devil. Orange Lucifer. I got a new joke, sorta. I mean, it's the kind of joke that comes out of being pissed off and frustrated at this theocratic, authoritarian dictators destroying our country from the inside out. These disgusting, fat pigs. Anyway, so basically what these Republican insecure, meek, weak men with eyeliner on, what they're doing is they're firing all the women, anyone who's black, Mexican, all the qualified people for their jobs, right? And so what we've got right now is white affirmative action when you replace PhDs with high school dropouts. We call it white affirmative action. Because it's us white people that are we're the victims. Oh my God, I've said this before. I love just going out in my neighborhood, talking to every guy I know who is brown skinned with tattoos, and say, have you heard? White people are claiming we're getting discriminated against. And then they laugh. Oh God, they're like, no, really? No. Like not everybody sees the big picture, But yeah, these weak, meek weaklings we call Republicans, who are such snowflakes, who are the victims of everything. Oh my God. You don't vote for, you didn't support Donald Trump, so how can we trust you, dude? It's just so sad, so sad. All right. The trans community's fighting back. God bless them. They're rallying. They need everyone's support. If we allow them to be bullied, harassed, picked on, marginalized, they're just a canary in the coal mine. They're coming for me next. All right, there might be the Jews in between there and maybe some women and some black guys, Mexicans, but eventually they're coming for me too. And I know that. So I got to stand up for the trans, for everybody else, because it's just a matter of time before they come for me. I'm a guy with an opinion, and I am not going to be silenced. Although I would, oh man, it would be scary if they were, hey, aloha, John, good to see you. Cheers. Got some black coffee, some good strong black coffee. I got 12 ounces for $6 at Safeway. It's kind of a good deal, not the best. I prefer $4 or $5 a pound at Costco. That's my next trip. I gotta re-up. Just had to get coffee filters. That's a once a year purchase. Oh, sweet. Merlot and a vape. See, that's what you need during this administration or this regime, this authoritarian fucking regime. Oh God, good for you. Yeah, I had a safety meeting before this. I just can't do that on camera in here because this is FEMA housing. But someday I'll be liberated and be in someone's living room, maybe my own, and I'll be able to be cool like Joe Rogan used to be and smoke weed on camera. All right, so yeah, trans community's fighting back, and we need to fight alongside them. Cornell University, I mean, they have a Mamadou Tall, citizen of the United Kingdom, working here on his PhD, and we were threatening to incarcerate and deport him because, you know, he's not for genocide and ethnic cleansing. I mean, it's just so far beyond any point at which you could defend it as something, anything other than genocide and ethnic cleansing. They're starting to force people in Gaza from one place to another, and then they're going to force deportations. That's coming. They're going to ethnically cleanse the whole area, just like Donald Trump wants. And just the most awful thing ever. In addition to the injury, the insult of Trump dropping from helicopters flyers at the behest of Netanyahu that say, "We're going to move you out of here and no one's even going to remember you." Oh, God. That is, those are some fighting words, I imagine. Who would want to go to Columbia University if you're a student who wants to, like, grow intellectually? Seeing them capitulate to a fascist dictator, to right-wing skinheads with hair, is so, and then giving up one of their own information, not protecting their students. Also, they get $400 million, which pays for a lot of tuition. I wonder what they raise in tuition. I wonder how the numbers work for these universities. You know, who knew? And then the next thing you hear is their next target is now Harvard, and the $9 billion of federal funding that could be interrupted. $9 billion. Whoa, that's a bigger number than I would ever think to hear. And how do their numbers work? I know these guys have huge endowments, like sovereign wealth funds, right? But here's an interesting little inside note in my little tiny life. If you haven't heard, and this is where being informed can really be useful. If you haven't heard, well, a couple things going on. First of all, declining enrollments, right? Schools don't have as many students as they used to. They want more students. They need more students. I want to be a student, so it's a good environment for me. And anyone who isn't rich or makes less than 150 grand a year, something like that, or less than 200K a year, something like that, no tuition. Tuition's free at Harvard. They just have so much money. They don't need your tuition. So that's hella cool. Like, in other words, what if I could get in there? And if I could, it'd be free. That'd be cool. Anyway, you know, I like to dream about things. You never know. That'd be kind of cool to go from I was originally a high school dropout, you know, to Harvard. That'd be a great story, right? Although I'm a long way from high school dropout, I now have 100. Let's see, at the community college level, I have 118 plus 24 at the end of this semester. So 22, 32, 42. I have 100. I'll have 142. Lower division college units completed, and currently with a 3.9 grade point average. And all kinds of interesting things on there. You know, vice president, associated students, played 3 college sports, wrote for the school newspaper. And who knows, maybe doing social media will make me a more attractive student. Who knows? I don't know. But I was thinking, whoa, that would be interesting. What if? What do I got to lose? Maybe I should apply. So the American federal government employees union is, of course, under attack. They're the ones fighting to get all the probationary workers reinstated, although, you know, they've been reinstated and stuff, but Republicans still aren't complying, and they just destroyed all their offices and information, and the Doge dickheads are trying to steal a building from the Organization for Peace, nonprofit, privately owned, $500 million building. Doge is these douchebags who aren't doing anything with their brains. There is no oh, they're not doing it carefully. They're not really thinking about. No, there is no thought going into anything they're doing. They're saying, hey, computer, send emails out to 25% of all the employees. Find a rationale. How can we fire them? AI, tell me. Oh, probationary workers, okay, or right, or just 50% of all employees. Okay, send out an email. There's no humans doing any of this. The only thing Musk's humans are doing is theft. They're stealing. They're pathological liars. They're thieves. They're traitors. And that is all they're doing, is stealing your information, my information. God only knows how they're going to misuse that down the road. Yeah, it's pretty annoying when anyone in the press starts the conversation out as if someone's thinking about anything. And as if there is an issue of fraud, waste, and abuse. There is no issue there. It's just a lie like everything. Stop capitulating just to that lie. Government's job is to collect taxes and then just spend that money on us. That's their job, right? It's not complicated. They're not trying to make a profit. We don't need them to make a profit. We need them to use that money intelligently, hopefully efficiently, and in helpful ways, right? That's what we need from our government, not, oh, we got to worry about fraud, wasting because everyone's worried. No one cares about that. What they care about is getting their benefits, getting their Social Security, getting their federal, keeping their job at the school, their kids getting a free lunch, the poor people getting food from the food bank. I mean, that's what people care about. They don't care about anything Republicans ever say and do. It's all a joke. It's all a con. It's all to distract you away from the truth. El Salvador, oh, more have been moved. We took all the people, which were, I guess, 17 of them. We're in Guantanamo Bay. Oh, but 30,000 people there. No, there were 17 in Guantanamo. And we just moved them to the maximum security prison, CCOT, in El Salvador. And how's this for the sickest, most haunting, most disgusting, weakest, meekest excuse that a Republican ever gave as they danced on people's lives, souls, and graves? It's enough to really piss off Americans, all of us. So these motherfuckers, these asshole Republicans have locked up several innocent people. There's probably dozens of innocent people. All of them were never convicted of a crime. No due process. That could be me in there. No one would even know. Right? Like if they came to my door, who would know they snatched me? Right? Nobody. But if you haven't heard, it's just reprehensible. It's disgusting. They're saying these people that are in the Salvadoran prison are now in the custody of El Salvador, and we can't get them back. We can't do anything about it. We paid them $6 million to house and feed them until they die. And that is just meek and weak, right? Like Kristi Noem couldn't have said, hey, we want to get these 3 guys out. I'm going to take them home with me on this military plane I'm going to fly back on. She couldn't have done that? Yes, she could have, right? There's no way in hell. There's no way to undo what we're doing. And of course, that's what they're doing. They're just trying to rush to hurt as many people. They've got quotas, right? And who knows? I wonder who's getting what bonuses for what. And of course, it's been mentioned now in the media, but the people incarcerating these people profit from keeping them there, just like sick and twisted people in the mental health institutions. They're all, I know. Oh, God. I wish the people who belong in El Salvador prisons are these Republican traitors who are committing crimes against humanity. That's who belongs there. And what about, like, in the end, dictators' stories don't always end up well, and the soldiers that work for them are often prosecuted as well. These people are committing crimes against the Constitution every day they go to work. They should know it. They should quit. They should reveal what they're doing to us all because they're patriots, right? Love you, Tam, so much. So it's just so disheartening hearing that, there's nothing we can do now because they're in the custody of El Salvador. We can't take back, that nice gay hairdresser, or that father of three, or the professional soccer player. And then we got to listen to this entitled, disgusting, gross woman. Oh God, I can't even. Oh, the press secretary is so entitled. She's everything that's disgusting about a Republican woman. Oh my God. Oh. And it's not, we're not allowed to call her, Trump said, don't call her a disgusting fat pig. You can't call Trump a disgusting fat pig. Don't call, because it's not, you get in trouble if you call him a fat pig. White affirmative action, replacing PhDs with high school dropouts. Oh. Just think, his press secretary, in 6 years, she'll finally be half the age of her husband. Her husband could be her grandpa, right? When she's 38 and she got an 11-year-old boy, her husband gonna be 70. Like a good Republican piece of shit woman. Oh my God. Yeah, my dad married one of them. Disinherited his whole family. Left everything to her and her 2 white trash kids. Oh God. Disinherited his great-grandkids, grandkids, kids. Just a liar, a cheat. He slept with over 100 women while he was married to my mom. You know, he's a Republican. One of these guys with morals. Oh God. My dad could have had such a great life, you know. Darby Kreiser, yes, where did we meet? Of course I remember you once you jogged my memory. Are you the one I met at the Golden Gate Bridge with that doobie? That nice lady from Canada? Anyway, I wonder what happened to her. All right, so Dave Ramsey. This guy gives financial advice. Susie Orman used to gross me out so much, and she just gave terrible advice always, and tried to, you know, trick everyone into paying her for advice. But this guy Dave Ramsey supported Trump. Last year on the beach, there was like 6 kids talking to you on the beach. Oh yeah, totally. Yes, I do remember you. Yep. Yeah, I hope I wasn't too bad of an influence. I'm not sure if teenagers should be exposed to me too much. Anyway, yeah. I do remember you, Darby, and thanks for watching. Wow, I got some young people watching. All right. Okay, so young person, don't snort nothing. Don't take any pills. Don't gamble. Don't hang out with violent people. Right? Don't get AIDS. Make sure prophylactics are involved. Don't drive drunk. And have a good attitude, and you'll have a great life. All right? Do no harm. Okay, so Dave Ramsey, this piece of shit endorsed Trump, right? What a piece of shit. And now he's just sitting there, Mr. Oh, I'm so smarter than everybody. I'm going to tell you financial advice and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, his shitty endorsement is destroying our economy, right? Destroying everyone's investments, right? Dipshit Dave Ramsey. What a piece of shit that guy is. Oh, it's the grossest thing ever watching him endorse Trump. But that's how you know he's a fucking asshole, all right? Don't trust a thing he says, right? Because he contributed towards the destruction of our country and our economy. Mr. I'm so smart with money guy. You just destroyed our economy, you dipshit Dave Ramsey. God, you pissed me off. Anyway, all right, that guy's a prick. Oh, it just makes me sick. Oh yeah, so one of these poor souls, lost souls, God, there's a reason to become president. I want to be president so I can be the fucking hero that goes into El Salvador and rescues these people. My God. I mean, if I want to sleep at night, I mean, I got to do my best to try to do that. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, protected status since 2019. This guy with a tattoo of his mom on one wrist, his dad on the other. You people getting tattoos, You can't. You need to get them taken away. Like Pete Davidson, he'd be incarcerated somewhere right now if it wasn't for him getting rid of all his tattoos. But yeah, oh God, and then we can't change it. It's just there is no. That is just so offensive. I know, I know. There is not one decent person in my country that is okay with any of that. So yeah, $9 billion to Harvard, huh? Interesting. So now they're going to start pitching. It's just one university after another. There's only so many people, places, and things they can attack. They kind of have to attack one at a time, right? And they're clearing the Venezuelans off the board, and then people from Haiti, and we're going to clear away with the people from Cuba, and we're going to Nicaraguans, and then we're going to clear off the Mexicans off the board, and then we're going to take away women's right to vote. We're going to eliminate all history of anyone that isn't a white guy that's a snowflake. Oh my God. Anyway, of course, now Trump threatens to bomb Iran. Right? Is this where it starts? Is this where the thing that leads to a nuclear catastrophe starts? With the holy wars that these white Christian nationalists want to perpetrate, right? Christian nationalists against the Muslims, working with the Jew. It's holy war shit. It's sick. It's twisted. We might look. Amy Goodman did a nice piece 4 months ago on the move towards the holy wars, and now we're seeing it. It's happening right in front of us, and nothing happens, by itself, right? It's one little step at a time. They're forcing these steps. They're making their threats. Iran's saying, we're not going to meet with you, but we'll meet with a third party and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Of course, we could have kept the Iran deal we had with them that made the world safer, but Trump threw that in the trash because he's a big prick and stupid and a dangerous president. And so here we are. Trump's threatening Iran. Iran's saying, if you try to hurt it, you're always threatening us. They say, we're used to it. We don't think you're actually going to follow through on it. But if you do, we will retaliate, of course. And that will escalate. And then we'll have our holy war that Pete Hegseth wants to perpetrate, right? And then the defense industry will love it. But unfortunately, it too easily there or Ukraine could lead to just any kind of small nuclear catastrophe, which then could send, shit into the atmosphere that blocks the sunlight and rains radiation down on us and makes life less good. Like, I don't understand. If you're a rich billionaire, how do you see yourself benefiting from any of this, right? So what if you have the nicest bunker? Is that really I just don't get it. Like, why wouldn't the richest of the rich want to see the world in harmony and be able to live in a beautiful world that they helped create harmony in, instead of let's destroy everything we can touch and then make the poor people suffer? Push everyone to their limits. So that sucks. The threats to bomb Iran. Yeah. So China's doing large-scale military exercises, cutting off, surrounding Taiwan. They're just itching to start a war. Now they got Trump, who's not going to fight him. He's going to capitulate. He's a big, and our military. Who would want to join the military now, right? I would not want my kid. I would not trust Trump with my kids' lives. I wouldn't encourage my kid. If my kids wanted to join the military during Biden's time in office, I might have said, go for it. But at this point, if my kids, I would say, don't. You don't want to serve your country now, man. These guys are, oh God, the harm's way they'll put you in, and the wars they're trying to start against peaceful friends of ours. And then the threats to Greenland, the threats to Canada, the threats to Mexico, the threats to Panama, the threats to the people in our country, the threats to the university, the threats to the media. Snowflake, meek weaklings we call Republicans just can't get enough of Oh, I gotta threaten you and threaten you. And you tease me. You said a bad word about me. I don't like you. You said bad things. Trump said that the other day. They say bad things about Trump. He talks about himself in the third person. When I was younger, Bo Jackson talked about himself in the third person. Everybody made fun of Bo Jackson for talking about himself in the third person. Bo knows this, Bo knows it. And now all these weirdos are talking about themselves in the third person on Facebook. Craig did this today. Anyway. Oh, and the haunting words. The number 2 in China saying it's an unstoppable historical trend, right? The trend. Like in Ukraine, the trend. Like in Gaza, the trend, right? That Trump is encouraging. God, drunk Hegseth is right. Every time you look at him, you're like, man, I think he's had 2 drinks today. I'd never look at Hegseth and see a guy that's definitely sober. His tie is never perfect. And an alcoholic is an alcoholic. If you know alcohol, if you know alcoholics, you don't just stop, one day. So we have a drunk, definitely still a drunk, in charge of our military, going around meeting with world leaders and stuff around the world, just embarrassing us. Republicans have just embarrassed our country in every imaginable way, and it is so sad. Yeah, he does need a drink or 2 every day. In the morning, most likely, apparently. That's how he takes the edge off. Probably has like 2 in the morning, doesn't think anyone knows. And then, 4:30, as close to 5 as possible, he starts hammering. Hopefully he's drinking Canadian whiskey. Cory Booker just did 24 hours. Love you too. Just did 24 hours of filibustering. Like a real man. Holy shit. Real men vote Democrat. Real men vote to protect women's rights. Real men vote to protect the environment. Real Republican men wear eyeliner. How about that? White affirmative action. So what happened? Fancy pants, JD Vance in his skinny pants, with his eyeliner. I could totally imagine Peter Thiel, subjugating JD Vance, saying, all right, I'll give you $10 million. $10 million. What are you willing to do for that, right? Were there sexual favors? Did he subjugate him that way? Did he say, listen, I'll give you $10 million, and more after that, but for the rest of your life, you got to wear eyeliner, and you got to pretend it's not there. You got to just ignore any mention of it. But from this point forward, you got to wear eyeliner, and that'll be you and I speaking a language to each other, right? I know that I own you, you know that I own you, and you show me that when you wear eyeliner every day and act like it's not there, right? I can't. How do you explain his eyeliner any other way? I mean, now that everyone's focused on making fun of him, and he's just acting like he's not there, right? Right. What deal did he sign with the devil? What bribe did he take to become subjugated like that? And I got to imagine Peter Thiel's got to be thinking, it'd be a lot easier for him to get government contracts if he could get Trump out of the way. I mean, he's already getting them, but I mean, he'll get any and every dollar he could ever imagine from the United States Treasury via J.D. Vance, if he can get Trump out of the way, right? So you just got to wonder, what's going on behind the scenes? What kind of weirdo billionaires are doing weirdo billionaire shit? And boy, that Peter Thiel, really, he's the icing on the cake. Well, Elon Musk, you could say, is pretty I mean, together, boy, they are just, they're the Batman and Robin of evil in their tights. Anyway, so yeah, God bless Cory Booker. They're trying to dissolve USAID today. Just totally dissolve the organization, which will cause 3 million deaths a year. 12 million people gonna die from this, right? Oh, one of my favorite things to write for, like, a comment, just 4 names, Genghis Khan, Pol Pot, Adolf Hitler, Donald Trump. Right? What do these people have in common? Will Donald Trump be one of the greatest all-time mass murderers? He's on his way. He's killed 500,000 at least. And he's maiming and killing so many more right now, in different ways, directly, indirectly. Lee Zeldin, this piece of shit, talk about white affirmative action, right? Replacing competent people with incompetent people. Lee Zeldin, in charge of the environmental protection, in charge of destroying our environment, in charge of destroying the Environmental Protection Agency. Oh, these races are happening right now, today. He just closed for good the National Environmental Museum. We have a museum dedicated to our environmental works over the years. And Lee Zeldin just closed it. It's just disgusting. Like everything Republicans do every day. So, oh, yes. So right now it's 4:14 on the East Coast. Oh, God. I'm not one to pray too much, but I'll pray for Democrats to win in Florida, and the the MAGA dipshit to win in Wisconsin. That sane woman. And those wonderful people running in Florida against those MAGA traitors. Yeah, man, Marathon Man, Cory Booker. I bet his wife's like, yep, that's my man. What else? The Institute of Museum and Libraries, the entire staff. The Institute of Museums and Libraries, right? An institute that helps support libraries and museums in all their processes, in their creation and their ongoing, in their process. I think any decent American can agree that museums and libraries are good things, right? Museums and libraries have never really been considered to be something that's bad or harmful, right? Nor will they ever be. But to Republicans who are trying to destroy history and education and anything that's good because they're born in pure evil. Maybe there's something to that weird thing they say, in that one religion. When you're born a sinner. Well, Republicans are born sinners, and they stay that way, apparently. I don't know if anyone else is. What else? Okay, so, yeah, they've got this dipshit. Oh, no, not the dipshit. I'm sorry, I confused this guy with a Florida politician, with the Florida Republican. This is that Ford guy right now on MSNBC. He's the premier of Canada, of Ontario, and he's a badass and a good guy and so sensible. He's the premier of Ontario, yeah, and just and he's not gonna take shit. And I don't want Canada to take our shit, or Mexico, or I don't want them to fight back, and I want our American soldiers and DEA and ICE agents to recognize the oath they took to the Constitution, right? They're all oath breakers. And they should quit their freaking jobs or start supporting the Constitution, even if it gets them fired, right? Because that is your job. You take an oath, man. Anyway, well, that's all that news. But you know what? I'm gonna surf the. Oh, and let's talk about stock market too. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get a remote control. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. So stock market. Yesterday it was up a few hundred points. Today it flatlined. Nasdaq showed a little resistance. It didn't go any further down, which is down so much. I mean, it's down almost 20%. Stock market is down 7 to 8%, but it's gonna continue to head down. Oh yeah, tomorrow's tariff day. Tomorrow's just another day that proves that Donald Trump is a dipshit. Doesn't know a damn thing about anything. Doesn't understand free market economics. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow, the big day. Oh, we're all just gonna get so rich. Donald Trump's gonna get checks from people. Oh, really? Oh, America's gonna get checks? Wonder what he's gonna do with that money. Oh, let's figure out how to siphon it into one of Elon Musk's offshore accounts. Because, they saved us that money, so they gotta keep it. It's all the same. And by the way, they're not saving us any money, right? In the first quarter, Trump spent $100 million more than Biden spent in the first quarter. Last year, $1.8 trillion. This year, $1.9 trillion, right? So we just spent, what is that, like 7.5%? I think that's what they agreed on. 7.5% more is going out of the Treasury. There's no savings at all. We're spending more than we ever have because that's what Republicans always do. They are always liars, and they are never fiscally responsible. But on the backdrop of also knowing, because we're not going to tax billionaires or corporations, and we're destroying our economy, one hard-working blue-collar worker at a time, we're also going to take in estimated 10% less this year in taxes. So that is just a great recipe for just a destroyed economy. Debt is just growing exponentially because that's what Trump did last time. He's doing it again. And so if they're firing all these people and creating all these efficiencies and saving all this money, how come we just spent $100 million more than we did last year when we had all those people working, keeping their jobs, doing their jobs, protecting our interests? So stock market, I personally, this is my humble opinion, I made the call last Wednesday that I thought that was the inflection point, and I'm going to stick to it. I don't think, look, like I mentioned in my last thing, there's two things drive the stock market. Two things: numbers and news. And the news is god awful. So the news isn't going to be good. And the people, it's just amazing. Wall Street people are so aloof. They don't know what's going on the main street, right? In real world at all. So at times like this, they just don't have a clue. Every once in a while, everything on the streets is something that people on Wall Street should pay attention to, but they don't. They're aloof. They live in a vacuum, in a bubble, and they toss around terms and words, and they make each other feel good Anyway, the bottom line is they don't have a clue on Wall Street. They're starting to get a clue, but they're still trying to resist it. But we all know our economy is being destroyed, and it will be reflected by our stock market as it has been, but it will continue to, and I don't see it going up. So the other thing that drives markets are numbers, and we know that the numbers are starting to come in really bad. Consumer sentiment, consumer confidence, inflation, unemployment, the national debt, job losses, a contracting economy, supply chain disruptions, labor force disruptions, massive. All this is going to add up to a shrinking economy, like a medium-sized penis on a cold day. It's just going to shrink. Maybe turtle. The only question is, where is the bottom going to be when it finds it? Will it be 39,000? Will it be 36,000? Will it drop to 12,000 points, to 32,000 or 30,000? I mean, anything's possible. And what interventions will government make? How much more money will we go into debt just giving money to corporations? Which, of course, just imagine the bribe, right? Okay, listen, I'm gonna give you, 500. I'm gonna give your company 500, 200, 300 million dollars. You just gotta give us a kickback. Can you imagine all the bribe kickbacks going to Trump for everything that people bribe for, which is everything that Republicans do, say, and think? It's all motivated by bribes, massive bribes, takers and makers. That's all Republicans will ever be. And when you see a Democrat capitulate, I'm like Chuck Schumer. I'm pretty sure I like to call him Amy Schumer. Now that he's showed that he's not, well, I mean, I don't want to put her down, but anyway. So, but yeah, why would he do what he did? Probably a bribe, right? And who would have bribed him? A Republican. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Right. Anyway, oh yeah, so let's see if we can find some freaking good news. Oh man, I would just love to see Democrats kicking Republicans' asses. Oh, I love these ladies from I've Had It. They are just so sharp, and I've never loved hearing a woman swear so much when they're squeezing Trump's balls in their hands and telling the truth. God, and then when they call him a titty baby, that's the best. The number he feared most. We got Midas Touch up here. I love Tennessee Brando, and Texas Paul, and all the Midas Touch brothers. What is the number he feared most? I wonder.
I'm not sure people in Trump zone.
Midas Touch guys. Is it one of the numbers I was just talking about? I'm gonna turn it off and the volume. And then skip ahead and see if I can find some chart. Of course, what we got 8 weeks ago. Oh yeah. Just what I was talking about. So he's right. Apropos. So news, shitty. Numbers, shitty. And that's what the stock market trades off of. If you don't understand the simple stock market nature, it trades off of news and numbers, right? And right here, he's got the April 1, the GDP now model forecast real growth is negative 3.7%. Right? Our GDP, our gross national product, our gross domestic product, down. Inflation up. Job losses up. Unemployment up. GDP down. Total contraction. That's right. See, we knew this. We know this. This is where Wall Street just has its head up its ass. They're all trying to tell each other, oh, it's all gonna work out great because Trump's smart, and it's all just tactical and this and that, and when they use them like a blunt instrument, it's not good. But when they target terrorists specifically, it's okay, it's better, and it's all just bullshit conjecture. Them trying to tell each other shit, but they're trying to tell you to not back out of the stock market when you should be, right? Look, you can buy back into the stock market when it's 35,000, right? Right. Here's how the stock market's supposed to work. Buy low, sell high. Right now, stock market's high. And some of us. And it's going to go low. So you're going to want to buy when it's low and then sell when it's high. Now, at this point, you're not selling at its peak, but it's still a lot higher than it was when you probably got into the market. So we'll just see what happens there. I am a bear. Now here's the messed up thing that just makes it so hard to game. This is the hardest situation to game because there's only 72 days of this shit so far, and there's another 1,300 left. 1,300 days of shittier news than the day before. Maybe shittier numbers and then everything fucking with everything. I mean, this Bitcoin fucking bullshit. We don't need any of that Bitcoin mixed in any of our government business. It's a crime. And devaluing the dollar and destroying our international relationships and our trading partners, and it's just not good for the economy, not good for the stock market, not good for the rich people, the poor people, anybody. Although, the hedge fund guys are going to do great. Yeah. So yeah, god dang it. I want some news. I need some news. I'm unclear as to whether or not, because he broke records. He spoke for longer than anybody's ever spoken, Cory Booker, I think. But does that stop this from happening? Does it not get elected? Or does it just stop the hell for one 24-hour period? Slow down the damage for 24 hours, which is, everything counts and helps, right? Where is, we need, okay, Bloomberg surveillance. That's live. I wonder if they'll, no, I bet you MSNBC Live would probably be the best source for this right now. But God bless America. If we could get these 2 seats back from the racist, bigoted traders in Florida, that would be great. And if this evil maggot in Wisconsin will just please lose. I'm just hoping that I can't even believe like there's 40-something% of people who would vote for a Trump dipshit. Will Liberation Day be Black Wednesday? Black Wednesday, baby. That was 1987. The stock market dropped from like a 800 to 500, right? But it was like 40% of the market one day. I'll never forget it. I was working in the bar at the Velvet Turtle that day. Ugh, gross. All right, I just want to see some. I want to see some Kornacki or whatever, some numbers guy. Come on, baby, where's? Well, I guess we don't have any. I'm not finding any. Oh, proclaims rebirth of a country. That's some racist shit. That's some Nazi shit right there, right? Oh, God, it's just gross. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything on Mike Waltz. What a weirdo. All the Republicans are such weirdos. They are no one you would ever want to have a beer with or live next door to. I mean, they're just, oh, God. And it's so gross, right? You're seeing all this stuff about the error. We know we made mistakes. We've got innocent people locked up in El Salvador, and we're such meek weaklings, Republicans, that they're saying, oh, we can't do anything about that. Like they have no power. Just excuses, fake news. That's all they do, is create lies and then double down on their lies. This fiasco with the Signal Gate was just lies, and then lies, some more lies, lie and deny. And they all got together at the beginning of everything and said, that's what we're going to do for everything. Every time we're challenged, just lie and deny. Who cares? We're getting bribed. Who cares? We'll just lie and deny. We'll take that money. We'll do whatever these people that are paying us want us to do. And we don't have to care about our jobs or people or anything. Oh, God. Melania is just so gross. Russian spy. Melania. Ugh. Although she didn't really need to be one when Donald Trump was so easy to manipulate, right? Ugly. All right. Well, I'm not seeing anything that's Maybe if I go, we'll look one more time. I just want to see if there's any results from this. Oh, I don't see it. I don't see it. All right. Well, we'll all just wait till tomorrow, and hopefully we'll talk about victory tomorrow. Because we need it. We need small victories. That would only give, like, there's 213 House of Representatives, so that'd be 214, 215 versus 218. They'd still be in the minority, but it'd be an even slimmer margin, and they would have to. They would have to stop being such bigoted, racist pigs. Don't call Republicans bigoted, racist, fat pigs. You're not supposed to. It doesn't, Trump doesn't like that. And whatever, you don't call Trump a fat pig. You can't call, you get in trouble. If you call Trump a fat pig, just don't do that, all right? A disgusting fat pig. Who is his diaper changer? Is it that woman with the printer? And when he gets his diapers changed, is he on a table? Does he do it standing up? What does that NDA look like? How much is his diaper changer paid? I bet it's a lot of money to keep quiet. And, I feel sorry for that person, I really do. Anywho, I don't know what else to talk about. That was all the news. Anything I'm forgetting about, missing? Nope. God bless America, what's left of it. Let's hope, the protests, they're all over the country. They just continue. Elon Musk's protests are going crazy. His stock, what happened to his stock price? That's what we want to look up. Let's look up that, because that is worth looking up. Let's see. I'm guessing it was a down day, but there's going to be profit takers in there that try to push it up, or Lutnick, who tells her, go buy stock. It's the best price ever. Bad advice. The worst advice. Oh God. Can you imagine? Which was a crime, right, in and of itself. Because that's all Republicans do. They are the party of crime and disorder. It's just amazing, the lies. The lies and the incompetence. The incompetence and the lies. It is amazing. I mean, and then the dumbass people that vote for the liars and the traitors and the bigots. I mean, it's amazing. All right, so let's sorry, it's taking me so long. God, I don't want these stupid things happening. Okay, Google. All right. Yahoo. Finance. All right, let's go in there. And let's see, it's going to be right over here on the right, probably. If my eyes could work. Let's see. Tesla stock. Oh, it was up $9. Is that what that says? A few bucks. $8, $6. I don't know. What? Here, let me move it in closer. $2.68, $9.30. Down 11. Nasdaq. Rivian. Rivian's $13 a share. Went up 6% today, so almost 7% in one day. I've been talking about Rivian. In basic economics classes, you study things that are replacements for one another, right? Hamburgers and pizza. And I think Rivians and Teslas are products that could affect each other. And since there were two companies, well, there's others, but primarily two well-known electric car companies that sold electric cars for $100,000 to $150,000, $170,000. And now there's only one. I mean, there's all the other big players that are making them too, but Rivian is got to be a direct competitor, and their stock charts. I mean, if you like a chart, they were $125, dropped to $10 a share. We've been talking about them just because How can you not when Tesla is on fire with no comeback? And Tesla has been sold by, or X, I'm sorry, X, Twitter has been sold. X Artificial Intelligence, which is a separate company, just bought Twitter, right? And that's, I think, the real evil thing lurking here is Musk's artificial intelligence, right? That's what might save him in the end, making money off that while everything else burns and crashes. And I mean, he's always going to be making money from our space industry. I'd sure like to decouple our space industry from that guy. Yeah, that just doesn't feel right. But yeah, there you go. It's funny because it's right there in the list. It's like Tesla, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and then Rivian. In recently. Oh, I guess those are the ones I viewed recently. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, Trump considers a blanket option of 20% tariffs. Still, just considering things, making shit up, changing his mind day to day. You know what markets like? Predictability, stability, right? Reassurances, knowing what's coming. And he is, and free markets, markets like to be free. And he doesn't understand, the Adam Smith, John Maynard Keynes, any of that. He doesn't understand shit about shit. But whatever he knows, he learned from watching television, right? He's functionally illiterate. He's never been to a grocery store, has never bought groceries, never had a real job, never had a W-2, never had a driver's license, never driven a car. He is a functionally incompetent person compared to any below average American. Every high school dropout has accomplished more than he has, and can do more than he can do. And yet, some really ignorant fools in our country voted for this piece of shit because he lied to them and they believed him after being lied to 50,000 times. The 50,000th and first time he lied, they were like, oh, I think I'll believe that lie for sure. I'm good for the economy. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to drop prices. Ah, no, you're not. I'm going to bring back manufacturing job. No, you're not. You're not going to do nothing good. He's just awful. Anyway, all right. I'm now talking too long. It's 62 minutes in. I should probably try to have a goal for a time. I should have a goal for a time of day to do this news. And I need to get fancier. I need to, put words up on the thing and start broadcasting to other places and merchandise and all those weird little things in there. The emojis, badges, I don't know, $3.99 a month, the Patreon. I'm learning. I don't know anything about any of that, but I'm having fun doing the news every day, and getting credit in school for this, so that's cool. I got class tonight. I gotta figure out what my homework is and get it done. Luckily, my final project is this, so whatever else I got to worry about is great because it's all not my final project, which is getting done right here and now. So, all right. Yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow. Because, if you think the news is bad today, just wait. So, hey, let me ask you, John, what time, generally speaking, spitballing it, ballparking it, what might be a good time of day, your time, forget about my time of day, considering your schedules and everyone else's schedules, what time of day should I do that? I could do it at like 3:30 in the morning when the stock market opens. I could do it when the stock market closes. I could do it in the middle, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so that would be 2. All right, 2 in the afternoon. All right, that's cool. All right. Kind of like the old school evening news. I grew up on a lot of evening news. The 5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, 7 o'clock news, the 9 o'clock news, the 10 o'clock news, and at 11, Johnny Carson. And then anyway, so okay, God bless America, and let's pray for another day, and the news might be depressing, but we don't gotta be depressed. We can still have a good attitude, make the most of our lives. Hope that these incompetent, racist, bigoted traitors don't destroy the planet that we love so much. And that if they do, that somehow we'll be able to survive with a quality of life that we enjoy. All right, I'm gonna tune out so I can watch this news and figure out what my homework is. And I hope you all have a really good day. Thanks for watching. I'm excited now. I got 8 people watching. This is like a big audience for me. I watch these other people, Tom Hartman and the Bitchuation Room and Midas Touch, all these guys. They got thousands of people watching live. That's got to be stimulating. I'm excited about 8. So keep your expectations low, right? And then everything's wonderful in life. All right, love you, Tam. Thank you so much. And I'll try to get my head together and do more content of different kinds of stuff. And I got all kinds of things I'd like to do, but till I get out of my house, I can't do any of those other things. But I can do this. Anyway, all right, love you guys. Aloha. Have a great day. Do no harm. Do no crime. Thanks for watching All Good Things and All Good Time. And if you're young, take all that advice I gave you earlier, okay? And if you're old, enjoy your life. Hedge your bet.